Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Please Listen podcast. I'm your host, John. To viewers, I may look unrecognizable from the last episode because of this, all this, my big bushy Santa Claus beard that I grew over these past few days. I mean, what can I say? I guess I got that testosterone in me. To audio-only listeners, those who aren't seeing the video, the joke that I'm making here is that I have the stuff on my face is, it's a sad excuse of a beard because for some reason I can't grow a lot of facial hair. So that's kind of fucked up. Sorry, hold on, let me lower this recording volume. I can't grow a beard. I don't know why. But I'm determined to make 2025 the year of the beard. Okay, this is the year that I get a full thing. Not like my goal. I mean, it would be nice to have like a lumberjack thing, but that's not my goal here. All I want is just like a 5 o'clock shadow, you know, like a nice, like a full thing where it's like where the lower half of my face is kind of like darkened by my facial hair, you know. I think that would help my riz a lot. If I were to have a beard, I think it would cover up a lot of things that I'm insecure about. I think it would definitely help. I feel like I have an uneven jawline. My jawline is not very sharp. I don't think, at least from certain angles. But it's also like, I think, kind of uneven. You know, one side kind of goes out and the other side kind of, I don't know. It's not even. It's not symmetrical. I think a beard would hide that. I don't think I don't have a very thin face. I feel like my face is very round. I think I have a lot of fat in my cheeks, especially. I'm trying to thin that out. I think if I were like rich and super famous and super rich and had $1 trillion, I think the one surgery I would get was that buccal fat removal. Buccal. I don't know how the fuck you say it. Buccal. I would get buccal fat removal. I know a lot of people I see a lot of comments of like, because like a lot of Hollywood celebrities have done that. It's kind of like the look now to have like very caved in cheeks. I know people have a problem with that look. It kind of makes you look like a skeleton, like a corpse. But I want that. I think that's a better alternative as opposed to my big fat fucking chipmunk cheeks that I got. But yeah, but if I were to have a full nice beard, I think that would help a lot. Let me take a look at my face, see what else is fucked up about it. Yeah. I honestly think like not very long, but just like very short sideburns, maybe like right here. That would help a lot. I feel like that would like frame my face in a way. But enough talking about my insecurities, you know. I don't know why I'm able to, because I feel like I'm a very hairy person, but like it's not in the right spots. It's not in the cool spots. It's like I can't grow hair on my chest that much, but I got a lot on my stomach. So it's like it's terry right here, and then it gets more and more bare as you go up. That should not be how it is. That should not be how it is. I got a lot of hair on my legs, but not a lot on my face. That's this kind of stuff I'm talking about. I knew people I knew a kid who was a sophomore in high school. When I was a freshman in high school, I knew a kid who was a sophomore, and he just had a beard, like just a full thing, not not a little thin mustache and like the little like chin thing. I don't know what they call these. Is this a goatee? Whatever this part is, like a little tuft there, like the guy from Narnia or whatever. It was a full beard, like it went all around his face. I was like, wow. I hope I'll be like that when I'm older. Nope, not even close. I mean, I don't know what to do. I always thought it was just like, you know, you're either born with it or you're not. And I feel like I should be born with it because my father, he has very thick facial hair. I'm gonna ask my good friend Google How can? What am I looking? I'm like, is there like a product that I use to get a full beard? What? Is it beard oil? What product do I use to promote? That's a nice way to put it. Beard growth. Let's see what Google says. Dr. Squash conditioning beard oil. Beard oil. I guess. Oh, this guy on Reddit on r/beard talk is asking what products can help with beard growth. In terms of using a cream, shampoo, or a pill. A pill? I gotta go on the pill to grow a beard. It's gonna be hit or miss. Some people swear by minoxidil. 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 I'm gonna take a mental note of that. Yeah, I'm making 2025 the year of the beard. Okay, you're gonna see me in December. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, it's me, and it's gonna be down to my chin or my chest. You know, it's gonna have mustard stains in it. I'm not gonna do a very good job of keeping it up, of trimming it. I'm gonna have a full-on Duck Dynasty beard by the end of the year. That's my goal. You guys ever had these? Oh, wait, let me show this camera. You guys ever had these? Cadbury mini eggs. I love these things. These things are like my guilty pleasure. These things are my dirty little secret. I think I'm addicted. I feel like, because it used to be just seasonal. Every Easter, because they're eggs. Every Easter they would come in stores and it was just the most delicious thing, and they would go for the rest of the year. Now they're all year round, and that does not bode well for me. Okay, I've become addicted within these past few months. I feel like I would look like Chris Hemsworth by now if these didn't exist. Because there was a new episode of Daredevil out yesterday. I don't think I'll have that much to say because it's only one episode as opposed to the double one from last week, and also I don't have to like explain like stuff leading up to this and all that. Spoilers for Daredevil Born Again episode 3. What I do want to say is I think it's a real shame that the White Tiger actor passed away in real life. I think he was a really great performer, and his character was amazing. Like he played this like very troubled guy. He was a vigilante. The whole episode was just like a court case for the most part, and it reminded me of season 2, the Frank Castle trial, which is like a highlight of season 2 for me. I don't know why. I love court cases in shows. And this was very similar to that. They're trying a vigilante, and Mads, of course, is on the vigilante side. He does this move where he reveals the White Tiger's identity. I guess they didn't know he was the vigilante up until Matt revealed it to the court. Well, the jury didn't know. The prosecution and the defendant knew. And he does it in a way that like that's like typical Matt fashion. He always like takes the charge when it comes to defending vigilante rights in court. I feel like he does a similar thing in the Punisher trial because he goes on like that tangent of like, you Frank Castle, you're a hero. And yeah, so I thought that was very in character of Matt. And I thought at the start of the episode, Hector Ayala, that's the White Tiger's civilian identity. He goes on this story about the coquis is some type of frog on like a beach in Puerto Rico where he's from. And that also felt very reminiscent of the original show because like everyone's in that show. After like thousands of rewatches, I've just noticed that like everybody loves telling like a little story. Always in like a dialogue scene. Everybody's just always dropping like a little story in there. You know? So yeah, that felt very in line. And I kind of in watching episode 2 and then this one, I I had this. It made me realize like kind of a misunderstanding that I had with the creative overhaul that I talked about in the last one that this show went through. I originally thought that they redid like most of the show. You know, I because the stuff that leaked was like the stuff that like Foggy was gonna die. Spoilers. That Matt wasn't gonna show up in his Daredevil costume until episode 4, and like all that stuff. I was like, okay, well they're redoing that, so I guess Foggy's gonna survive now. He's gonna be alive, and then they're gonna have more. Daredevil's gonna start being Daredevil right from the jump. I kind of misunderstood that. I guess I don't know. It kind of looks like episode 1 kind of like seemed like mostly like that was like a lot of the product because the ones that they reshot completely were episodes 1, 8, and 9, which I learned after the fact. So it kind of looks like the most of the season is intact from before. They just like they added mentions to like Foggy. I don't know if it was there's a scene with Heather and Matt. Heather's Matt's love interest in this. He's the therapist. There's a scene where she mentions Foggy and they talk about it. I don't know if that was in there before. All the Vanessa scenes were reshot because they originally recast that character. Like that stuff is like new and added in, but everything else is still intact. Which I'm surprised about because the way that they described it was like they're redoing it because they watched it and they were like, this stuff isn't good. So I thought it was going to be like a completely different new story, especially because they were changing it from, it was originally going to be an 18 episode season. You know, they're splitting it up into a 9 episode season this year, and then an 8 episode season next year. But I thought they were doing that just so they could like, obviously they can't, if they're restarting from the beginning, it's going to take so long to do 18. I thought they were just like, okay, we're going to shorten it and then redo the whole thing, right? But I mean, I guess I was wrong about that, and a lot of it stays intact. And honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing because this stuff is like really good. Like the 2 and 3 were like amazing. I liked 1 too. Everyone loves episode 1 obviously because it brings back Kara and Foggy and all and Bullseye and all the stuff. Everyone's like, the first 10 minutes of episode 1 is peak television. It's the best thing I've ever seen. Honestly, I like this stuff. The stuff that's happening now, after Foggy and Karen kind of, you know, took a step back. Well, Foggy got killed, and Karen moved away. I think it's like very like, I don't know. It kind of makes me wonder. Like we didn't really need. Obviously, it's nice to see the characters again. I mean, I've been invested in them for over a decade. Well, not over a decade, just about a decade. But like, if we got this show, and as long as it didn't like completely contradict the if there was a way to like you redo the Vanessa scenes, because obviously if you recast it, that kind of fucks with the continuity. Well, not that much, I guess. They recast people all the time. But it's nice to have the original actress back. If you were to just like keep the old show canon and then still continue on with like the original thing without bringing them back, I honestly wouldn't have a problem with that. And this is coming from like a huge Daredevil fan of the original show and those original characters. Because this stuff is like so good. I don't think that like I don't think that like I don't think they had to bring Karen and Foggy back. In order for me, like, I wouldn't boycott the show. I wouldn't be like, where's my guys? Because I think the story is so compelling, and I honestly like the new cast, the new supporting cast from this. You got Kirsten McDuffie. I don't know if I mentioned that, but she was in the comic where Matt is in California and everybody knows his identity. She was in that, and I liked her in that comic, and I like her here. And then Cherry, which is like he kind of reminds me of Mike Ehrmantraut from Better Call Saul. Cause he's a retired cop that's now like a private like contract guy who like investigates and stuff like that. I honestly wish he was more like Mike Ehrmantraut because I wish he was more like gruff and like, but he seems very like neutral. I wish he was more of like a a bitter old man. I think that would be fun. And definitely more. I wish he seemed more confident, like Mike Ehrman. Maybe I just like Mike Ehrmantraut so much that I want to see him everywhere. What else was I saying? But yeah, the episode 3 was really good, and the ending kind of fucked me up. Definitely was not expecting that. The ending, by the way, for those who are unaware or forgot, we see the White Tiger suit up for the first time. The only other footage we got of him in costume was like phone footage and like news footage of him fighting people in a bodega. And at the end of episode 3, he suits up after being released, after being not found guilty. He runs out into the street to help someone and he just gets shot in the head by one of the corrupt cops who have kind of what's the word that I'm thinking? They I don't fucking remember. They took the Punisher logo and they're kind of using it for their own beliefs. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I think that, I mean, it's a very bold move. And also that we never saw like a full like White Tiger action scene besides like the snippet of footage. They blue balled us in a way. In a good way, I would say. They blue balled us in a good way. Because it's kind of like, it shows restraint. I kind of really like the idea that White Tiger is he's introduced and he's just there. And he has this history of doing all this stuff. And we don't see like a full, like, we don't know that much about him. But he's just kind of like a superhero that exists because that's what happens in the Marvel world. It shows restraint to blue ball us in that way. You know, some people. I mean, like I said, it's a good type of blue ball because, you know, some people like getting blue balled. You know, it's not that crazy to think about. I believe it's called edging. That's what it's called. The good type of, when you enjoy being blue balled. That's what this is. They edged us with the White Tiger, but they never let us come. So yeah, that did not come out correct. Okay, well that didn't come out. Fuck. Nothing that I'm saying is coming out of my mouth correctly. Damn, this is quite a rabbit hole I've dug myself into. Not that kind of rabbit hole. Don't get that out of your mind. What I said earlier, just erase that from your mind, okay? Just erase that from your mind. Actually, talking about Mike Ehrmantraut reminds me that I've been watching Better Call Saul. I've been rewatching it. When I first watched through the oeuvre of Breaking Bad works, I was like, whenever I decide to rewatch this, I think I should start with Better Call Saul and like go in like chronological order just to see how that would work. And I was thinking of that like while I was at the end of Better Call Saul, I was like, I mean, it's 6 seasons. It is a long show. I don't think I'll be able to go through this again. But I mean, I'm doing it. I just put it on, and if it's in like the background while I'm doing something, it's a really good show, and I've been putting it on. I'm almost done. I'm at the beginning of season 6 after like 2 weeks. And it's like the best show ever made. I feel it's like the show. It's like the best. First of all, it's like the best looking show of all time. It has some of the best visuals I've ever seen in my entire life. That like have narrative meaning. It's got great characters. It's just like it's such a well crafted world. And I just love like it uses the concept of a prequel so well. Of just like explaining like even small things that like even like the most nitpicky of fans. Like it answers like small nitpicks. Like in the episode I just watched had Wendy, who was like the prostitute outside that motel. It had Wendy and Kim, and went in like this in the scene like a undercover cop show up or something, and Wendy's like, oh that ruins my business for today. The 12, fuck 12, a cab. I think she says a cab, and then it flashes a cab on screen. No, it doesn't do that. does not do that. That's a lie. And then Kim goes, well, if you ever have legal troubles, call me in my at my law firm. And like I was thinking like, wow, I mean, I guess if somebody watched Breaking Bad and they were like, how does Wendy not get in trouble doing all this when she's like a prostitute and like dealing with like drug addicts and like criminals and all these guys? It's like because Kim Wexler, she calls Kim Wexler and she helps her out. You know, it's like it's airtight. And Michael Mando as Ignacio Nacho is what he's called. I was trying to say his full name, but I'm too white for that. Seeing Michael Mando in the show, it just makes me wish, like, even more than I did before, that he returned into the MCU as Scorpion. Because, I mean, little known fact, he's in the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie as a character who is, you know, he shares the name of a character called the Scorpion. You know, yet we never see him suit up. He's just a guy in that movie, and they tease him as like, one of these days I'm gonna come back as a big ass fucking scorpion. That's what he says verbatim in the post credit scene. Look it up. But like just seeing, because I didn't know who he was beforehand, because I hadn't seen Better Call Saul before seeing that movie. I was like in middle school, you know. But watching this show now, I'm like, he's a great performer, great actor. He kind of like, he gives me like this vibe of like, because he's got like movie star qualities. He's muscular. He's got long ass eyelashes like I do. He's got a chiseled jawline. He's very built. He kind of gives me this vibe of just like, he's like a movie like action star, just kind of like placed into the world of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, where it's kind of like a more realistic world, like a more grim, like gritty world. There's like kind of this super like buff, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but he kind of seems like an elevated. He's kind of elevated above the rest. So, and like a Marvel character, you know. It's like if you put a Marvel character in there, like a Hawkeye or a Black Widow, not one of the ones with powers. Yeah, and then especially the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated show. After seeing the Scorpion action that they had in that, like what's stopping them from, like what is stopping them? Genuinely, I need to know. I need to see Michael Mando back as the Scorpion. I need him to kick the shit out of Peter Parker. I'll root for him if you bring him back. I'll be rooting against Spider-Man. That's how cool I think he is. What else is there to say about Better Call Saul? I think I said it all. You know, I mean, Saul Goodman is a lawyer. Daredevil Matt Murdock is a lawyer. I guess I just like lawyers for some reason. In shows, at least. I don't like real life lawyers. Real life lawyers, I'm hit or miss on, you know. It's kind of the nature of the gig to defend. If you're paid for a job, you got to defend some pretty shitty people sometimes. I don't know how they do it. I mean, is it a lack of morals, or is it just like such a strong? Is it the money? I have no idea. You know, like I don't like Casey Anthony's lawyer. I feel like someone who would defend a woman like that. I don't like that. Even if you're getting paid a lot of money. You know? Especially considering he won. That lady had the corpse of her like 3-year-old daughter in her trunk for like days or something. While she went out partying. And he got her out. He got her out, dude. I don't like that guy. I don't know anything else about him. I don't even remember what he looks like. I watched a documentary a while ago. I don't remember anything about him. But I don't like him. I also don't like Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. Fuck him, you know? Bill Cosby's lawyer, you know? Don't like him either. Bill Cosby got out too, I think, right? On a technicality or something? they used testimony that was like not given with their knowledge that it was able to be used or something like that. I think I remember hearing that Bill Cosby's out. He's out there right now. Bill Cosby is he dead? Let me look it up. Is Bill Cosby alive? My good friend Google. Cosby lives in suburban Philadelphia. What the fuck? He's still alive. He's 87 years old. Wow. Yeah, he got released at 83, so 4 years ago. 4 years ago, Bill Cosby was released from prison. And he's in Philadelphia. He's doing... Dude, tell the guys at fucking Patty's that Bill Cosby can walk in there at any minute. Tell Mac, Dennis, Charlie, tell them all. Tell them to be on the lookout. It's not going to be a sunny day when he shows up. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. I also read that he's legally blind, apparently. So, I mean, I guess he's not doing much damage anymore these days. Anyways, yeah, but that was my tangent on lawyers. I don't like a lot of them. But I just find legal battles so compelling. Maybe it's the way that it's like Hollywoodized in movies and film and TV. But I don't know, when everyone's like, when people are like, Section 118 says blah 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 blah, and this did your client do this thing? Oh, my client did this, and this person says this and this that. And I don't know. I find it so interesting seeing like this. It's like a verbal chess battle, seeing it play out. And I know that I'm pretty sure court cases are a lot less interesting in real life. And not everybody has these like amazing, well-written monologues. Like the few clips I've seen of real court cases are like people being like, "Now, if you see here, go to page, go to evidence 6A." That's the sound of pages flipping. As you can see here, the defendant. A lot of stuttering going on, you know, because you don't get multiple takes. The defendant says, sorry, my client says that they did not walk into the bathroom while the person was circumcising themselves. I don't know. I'm kind of just making this up on the spot. Point is, Bill Cosby's out of prison. Be on the lookout. And also, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Let's set that straight. Let's set that straight, guys. And Casey Anthony allegedly killed her daughter. Allegedly. Anyways, let's get off this. This episode's getting like grim. This episode's been really grim so far. Let's talk about something fun, guys. Let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about more Marvel stuff, guys. Dude, I mean, I don't know, dude. I wanted to talk about... Well, let me finish my mini eggs. My addiction is getting in the way of my podcast abilities. I wanted to talk about... This is pretty recent, pretty relevant. I wanted to talk about... There was some leaks that came out a while ago, or like a week ago. It was concept art for the next Avengers movies. As you know, the Avengers Doomsday is coming out next year, followed next year by Avengers Secret Wars. And you know, a lot of people are like, there's no hype for this, man. Nobody cares about the Marvel stuff, blah blah blah. I do. So let's set that straight. I'm hyped for it, at least. I'm of the opinion that a lot of the stuff after Endgame has been... The hate of the stuff after Endgame has been completely overblown. For a myriad of reasons. I won't get into it. Maybe if you guys want to see it. I don't know how invested you guys are in the Marvel discussions. There was some concept art leaks. And And it was okay. Yeah, there's some theories about like how it got leaked. Like maybe they were hacked, because it came from an artist's account, like an official Marvel concept artist who does Marvel concept art, who's worked with them on many things. And it came from their account on like some paid like subscription thing. It definitely wasn't meant to be released. So like the people are theorizing like, were they hacked? Did this person just accidentally hit upload and they didn't realize that it's the fucking Avengers Secret Wars concept art? That's what it is, by the way. It's not Doomsday. It's not the one right now coming out right next year. I think it's the Secret Wars one, which will make sense when we get into what's actually in the concept art. And some people have speculated that this was an intentional leak by Marvel Studios to generate hype for the movie by just like giving us like a peek, if they don't have like, because they just started filming it like very recently, like they're not ready to reveal a trailer, but as like a way to build hype for the Avengers movie coming next year. Show us like what can you expect, and obviously it's concept art, like the stuff isn't for sure like gonna show up in the movie. But I think it's a good idea of what they're kind of going for with the plot of this. And, judging that, and based on what's in the concept art, I think if they did try to build hype for this movie, at least for me, it worked really well, because the stuff that I saw is like it's pretty cool. Like we get a look at like Doom. He's like sitting in a throne. He rules like this. He's like the ruler of this society. And it's based on the Secret Wars comic, which I haven't read. I've read a few comic runs in my day. I haven't read that one. I think I'll get to that one eventually. I haven't read comics in a while. It's been a few months. I've been reading like the big events like Civil War and the Secret Invasion and World War Hulk and stuff like that back when I was doing it regularly. And I think the plot of that is just like Doom like rebuilds the world into like where he's like the king and everything, and it kind of seems like that's what they're going for here. And the reason it's like the art, the reason that this art is for the Secret Wars movie and not Doomsday, it kind of makes sense considering I have this like theory for how they can end Doomsday, which comes out first, as like a cliffhanger, because as you all know, Infinity War has a cliffhanger where half the guys all disappear. I feel like my idea to kind of top that cliffhanger, because if it's a two-parter, you gotta end it in cliffhanger. My idea is kind of, the first movie is like takes place in like normal Earth and like multiple universes. I don't really know what the plot is. That part's not important. And obviously, Doctor Doom is up to something fucked. Okay, right? He's up to no good, and our heroes gotta stop him, right? And then stuff ensues. They fight for a bit. They fight for 2.5 hours. Doesn't really matter. But at the end, my idea for how you can have a good cliffhanger is that Doom's plan works, and he rewrites the world, and then you end it with like someone waking up, like the main character, like I don't know, like Spider-Man, something. He wakes up and he's like, huh? Rubs his eyes, looks around, and he's in a whole new universe. He's in this, like, if you see from the concept art, it's like this kind of like medieval like universe where like people are like fucking like trading for goods and like bartering and shit like that. And he wakes up and all the heroes are like in this new reality, and that's how you end it. And you're like, oh my god, is all the other universes gone? Like, what even happened here? And then Secret Wars has like, you see in the concept art, it's like you have like all these characters in like this pub, and it's like kind of like an old timey pub, not old timey. I think it is like kind of like medieval stuff. I'll show the concept arts on screen. Like occasionally while I'm talking about this, and you can look it up if you don't know. But yeah, then I think a lot of the second movie, the Secret Wars movie, will take place in like this battle world, is what it's called in the comics, or this new reality where Doom is in charge, and it's kind of like our heroes like trying to figure out how to fix this. And I mean, if this stuff, it can, if this concept art is for Secret Wars, and this stuff is a true leak of true concept art, which it's pretty much confirmed at this point. I'm pretty sure my theory is been correct this whole time. I know I waited until after this stuff came out to say it, but I've been thinking it since the beginning. It's kind of similar to the House of M comic run, which I read. That's one of the other ones I read, where Wanda, where the Scarlet Witch rewrite. The speech impediment fucking breaks through when I'm talking about comics. Okay. But Scarlet Witch rewrites. I don't know why it was so difficult. The world where there's like no mutants. No mutants. Or does she do that at the end? I don't remember really. Like the catalyst for that comic run is like she just rewrites reality, and it's like a different reality, and like Spider-Man is like his life is like completely different. I don't remember the specifics of it. And Wolverine, he like remembers the old reality. I think most of the other heroes don't remember. But it's like something like that, where it's like this like eerie ending where like you're like looking around, it's like this is a different reality than I don't know. Then the movie just ends. I think that'll be a good way to end it. So if you can't use that, I copyrighted that idea, so you can't use that without consulting me, Marvel Studios. What I also liked about the concept art is that it has a bunch of new characters that they've introduced within the past few years, which makes sense. And as someone who's been invested in the new projects still, I like how they're utilizing all of them, like even ones that I wouldn't expect to see, like a lot of the kid characters. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I should expect to see like all the characters, because there's one scene where they're at a pub, and Star-Lord's there and Wong is there, and they're like parenting this group of like younger superheroes. There's Ant-Man's daughter is there, Miss Marvel's there, Wiccan is there, Billy Maximoff. It looks like even his brother Speed is there, even though we don't even know how he's gonna be introduced yet. I think there's another person there. I don't remember. And there's another one of Star-Lord and Vision, White Vision, the new Vision body, just chilling on the couch. I think that would be funny if just like on Earth, because Star is on Earth currently after Guardians 3. He found Vision and they're just hanging out. And Vision's like this like divorced dad, technically, so they're just kind of like bumming out together. I mean, this concept art, like it really, like it gave me a sense of what they're going for, and it kind of just like makes me like super excited to see the movie, even more so than I was before. Oh, She-Hulk was also in one of the concept art. I'm glad that they're bringing her back, because of all the projects to be like overhated in the past few years, I think She-Hulk is like the biggest victim of that. Like not even just like the show, but the showrunners, the writers, the main actress, Tatiana Maslany. They all got like harassed and like all this hate spewed towards them for what I think is actually a really good show. I really like that show. Maybe it's the lawyer thing once again. I don't know. But like I think, I don't know, I really like that show and that character, so I'm glad that they're at least considering bringing her back. And the Hulk's son. One more thing that I wanted to talk about regarding the Avengers movies is that there was like a news story. It's not news. This is breaking news. That since Tom Holland is going to be filming the Christopher Nolan movie, The Odyssey, at the same time Avengers, the first one, is being filmed. that his role is mostly gonna be voice work, and there's gonna be like a stand-in in the Spider-Man costume and mask, just like standing there, just being like, "That, Doctor Doom, you're a bad guy. It's me, Tom Holland. I'm Spider-Man. Don't look under my mask. I look like a completely different guy." I would imagine some people have a problem with that, being like, "Oh, he's not even going to be there. How are people supposed to give good performances if the person isn't even there? You know, how is Tom Holland going to give a good performance if he's not even there, and he's just in a booth the whole time?" It's like I feel like I would be more worried about it if the MCU has done that all the time, like having stand-ins for, like, if you see a lot of behind the scenes of like Avengers Endgame, I feel like there's a lot of times where a character is not being played by their actor. In like a talk, I may be completely wrong, but I feel like I've seen like behind the scenes videos where it's like a stand-in in certain scenes. And also like characters like Rocket Raccoon, I think, is the best example of someone who Bradley Cooper is never on set. He's never doing this stuff live. He records it after the fact, and I think it works pretty well. And I think of all the characters for that to happen to, I think Spider-Man is the best one for that, like, where it doesn't, like, I think it actually helps, honestly, because after No Way Home, nobody knows who he is. It would make sense that he would just keep his mask on to all the other Avengers, and they would just know him as Spider-Man. I mean, maybe he'll reveal his identity to them again and just be like, "Oh, by the way, guys, I'm Peter Parker." But maybe he'll just keep it on the whole time and just maintain his Spider-Man identity. I mean, I think he does that in the comics for a while. Nobody knows who he is. But yeah, I think it works, especially with Spider-Man. I know people have a problem with MCU heroes always taking off their masks, but with this, I don't think that'll be happening as much. I think he'll be talking with the mask intact. And yeah, anyways, I'm super excited for the new Avengers movies coming up. This year has just got a whole lot of Marvel goodness for a guy like me, a nerd like me, a loser like me, a stupid consumer like me. You know, I'm aware it's not high cinema, okay? I'm aware of that. But I don't know. Maybe it's autism. I don't know. Yeah, this whole year's got like all this stuff coming out. So I'm probably gonna be talking about it a lot on this podcast. And hopefully it'll be a satisfying build up towards these next few Avengers movies. And if not, I think I'll kill myself. Oh fuck. Just kidding, guys. I won't do that. I won't kill myself. I will not do that. I will not do that. Yet. Right now in this moment, I will not be killing myself. Oh shit, wait, hold on. Oh wait, I should not put my arm up on that. Look at this, hold on. I accidentally pulled an Elon Musk there. But I just wanted to show you guys this. I saw a little bit of definition. Oh my god, dude. But I think I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I'll be back next week. Hopefully something interesting happens within this next week. You know, because I don't want to talk about like superhero stuff and shows that I'm watching like the whole time. Even though I do spend most of my time watching things. I mean, unless you guys want me to talk about like my job or like fucking schoolwork. I don't know. Like, oh, I did this I had to do a discussion of, I had to introduce myself to my peers in my discussion board. You know, I just talk about what most of my time is spent doing, which is watching, indulging in fine art, such as television and film and motion pictures. Yeah, but hopefully some interesting stuff happens this week that I can talk about that isn't depressing and makes me sad. Anyways, thank you, everybody. By the way, this podcast is on Spotify now. You can listen to that just audio only with your phone off or your computer off. I don't know why you would turn your computer off. And also the video portion is also on Spotify. So it's just a different place to watch that. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode where hopefully the beard growth becomes more noticeable.